how you got a bitch, Alex. Back in the day, you yell at a bitch. Hey, you, ooh, ooh. So good. Oh, all I want to do is make love to you. Come here, baby. Snatch a bitch up.
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm here, as always, with my brother Bill. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. The Force is with me.
The Force is strong with us all this lovely day. Today we're talking about the finale of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, Obi Wan Kenobi.
You say that 5 times fast. I want to hear you. Put it in the comments. Put a link to you saying that 5 times fast.
Where we last left our heroes, Obi-Wan was on the run from Vader with the rebels, and Reva just saw like a little message that basically, I guess, clued her in on the fact that Luke is hiding out on Tatooine. What did you think of this episode before we get like too deep into nitty-gritty? Did you like it? Love it? Did you feel like it was a satisfying end to the series?
It was a good movie. Like it was, my rating is I liked it.
Yeah.
It was okay. It could have been way better. The scale of it wasn't done great. I was talking about it with this guy, Brian, last night. Shout out to Greyhound.
Shout out to Greyhound.
And Brian was like, he didn't really like it at all. I mean, he was talking about the spacing like I was. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think we've proven our point. You know what I'm saying? They proved our point from the very, very beginning of the series. We've been saying spacing isn't good.
Yeah.
Pacing is okay. The director could have did a better job.
Space and pace.
Space and pace. Space and pace, baby. You reach, I teach, baby. You reach, I teach.
Yeah, it's weird. It's because it
some of you was reaching with your theories. See, and I teach you. You see what I'm saying? I'm crossing you up.
We're wrinkling your brain.
Wrinkling your brain right now, boy. I'm crossing up your brain, son.
It's funny because like it even made me think about like the budget, because I was like, this show feels so weird, because like I watched the finale, or before I watched the finale of this, I watched like one of my favorite episodes of The Mandalorian, The Heiress, directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. Episode looks
you be giving niggas all kind of niggas shout out. You be giving them all kinds of shout out. They don't even pay us. I'm joking.
I think that she's one of the better directors for those shows, and it just looked so good. I was like, God damn, what was the budget on this? Because I feel like nothing on Obi-Wan has looked at this scale. And I liked it as well. I pretty much felt the same way as you do. Like, I give it my ranking. I liked it, but nothing looked as great. That's an
official Drunk Banthas rating system.
That's an official Drunk Banthas stamp. I liked it. We liked it.
We liked it.
But yeah, so I even looked into it, and the budget was surprisingly low for Obi-Wan.
I told you I could tell it was low.
Two things, like, 'cause it only had a $90 million budget, which is $10 million lower than The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Just to also give you a little bit of perspective, Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel were given $165 million and $150 million, respectively.
God damn, you and McGregor, you didn't get nothing.
Which is crazy.
Boy, you got a little baby budget.
Yeah, like
they had the same budget for fucking Observe and Report, nigga.
Yeah, right. But and also to that point, like I feel like, I've seen people do a lot with little, like the show Foundation, which is another huge big scope sci-fi show on Apple TV Plus. Incredible show, looks incredible. $45 million budget.
Man, I wonder what the budget was for Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that would be a good check too. And I'm curious what his new show For All Mankind, what the budget is for that too, because although they don't go much into the spectacle. But the Foundation, it also just like being in this fantastical world where you have to pretty much create every space. A lot of CGI, a lot of production design. Very similar to Star Wars. I was stunned to see that it was $45 million. Like they're doing twice as much work with half the budget. I feel like it's just like maybe the budget's not used as well. Yeah,
that's
like
how you know it's the director's
director. Yeah, I feel like a director is a big factor. But we'll let's as you say, let's talk about what we're talking about. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about what we're talking about.
Breva shows up on Tatooine to try to locate Luke. We'll get to more of that
Slapping
later.
water out of niggas' hands. You know how much water costs, bitch?
Right? It was like, God damn, like that should have started an all-out brawl. Like, water is so scarce on Tatooine. Everybody should just like,
If it was on Dune, goddamn it, if it was Dune,
right,
niggas would
right,
be dead.
oh, yeah. That would have started a war.
Amongst many tribes.
But yeah, then in space, Vader is pursuing Kenobi
In space.
Meanwhile, in space, Vader is pursuing Kenobi and the rebels, and Kenobi decides to make a sacrifice, as it were, and
That's what he does a lot, apparently.
separate. Yeah, that's kind of his move.
His dance move. It's
kinda
like me
gutsy
with the
move.
electric slide. If you're looking at me dancing, you know, I'm always dancing. I'm just doing I'm doing the electric slide. It's just I'm always ready to just get into the electric
Ready to get
slide.
down.
But see, his move is to just leave.
Hey, everybody has a
sacrifice
move.
myself.
Yeah, while you're doing the electric slide at the party, you turn around and like, hey, where'd Obi Wan go?
Yeah, he's gone. That's his move. That's the only thing he know how to do, man.
Yeah, he's a Irish goodbye kind of guy. Then Kenobi decides he's gonna separate himself, and then we get the moment I'm sure everyone has been waiting for, a full on fight scene between Vader and Obi-Wan. What did you think of this fight, this showdown?
The showdown, man. I thought it was pretty fucking awesome. I mean, Anakin thought he beat him again. Always think he done won. Nigga, you ain't win.
Yeah, man. Don't you watch movies? Nobody dies from just being under rocks.
Not especially a Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, rocks is the first thing you learn how to move when you a Jedi.
Right.
What are you talking about, man? I've been moving rocks since before you was born, nigga. For real, though. What you thinking this is, nigga? I've been moving rocks. Nigga, get out of here with these rocks. That's what Obi-Wan said to him, basically. Nigga, get out of here with these rocks.
Yeah.
What you doing with these rocks?
Man.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Man, Yoda was throwing rocks at me back in the day, nigga. Quiet gone, nigga. Who you ever heard of that nigga? You ever heard of him?
He wasn't even moving with the Force. He was just chucking at me like.
Yeah, nigga, get out of here, boy.
Yeah, I did really like this fight too. It was really other than it just being like dark and being in a kind of an ugly planet. Other than that, like I thought that the choreography was great. Like I thought that the camera work was really really cool. And it wasn't like over the top. It wasn't like suddenly they're flipping around and we get like CGI Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Like
no, they did a good job. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's because of the budget.
Yeah,
but
budget. Yeah,
but it played out practically.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad. They're both supposed to be in their 50s at this point.
Yeah, they're both old souls. So
well, not 50s. Obi-Wan's supposed to be in his 50s at this point.
Right.
Anakin's supposed to be like 40.
Yeah, but yeah, his
Or
body
maybe like
is
38,
like 100
30.
because of all these burns and shit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
His body is not really a body.
Yeah.
It's a patchwork of organs and some other skin, but that's really
right. That's just
a brain, and that's really it. He's a head. Basically, like a fucking
his head is original
head.
It's the OG like head. Other than it being kind of set in an ugly place, because like especially with all the cool, beautiful worlds, like that fucking salt world from The Last Jedi where it's like white, but then it's like red and pink underneath. Like I thought that would have been a really beautiful place to spot. Like if you're throwing salt rocks and you cut those in half, and
what'd you say that budget was? You said that budget was $90 million.
$90 million, yeah.
Nigga, you and McGregor getting 10 of that.
Yeah, I
just
think
to get back up out of the goddamn house.
I think that a budget had a lot to do with why it's dark.
Fucking
and ugly.
Jimmy Smith's got 7 of that. Nigga, we just talking about just them two now.
Yeah,
they had the goddamn Emperor come back.
That is. A good
they had Anakin come back. They had Christensen come back. Nigga, you know you had to give him 7 just to come back because nigga, he got to risk his whole reputation again just to come back out here. You want me to fucking what? You want me to do what?
Yeah.
You want me to reprise a role that everybody hates me for.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing that
we just how much is that? 14, 10. That's 20 something million right there. 24 million of the budget right there.
It is kind of disappointing because you hear people talk about like doing passion projects all the time. It's like, oh, I did this movie just because I love the script and I did it for scale, or I paid them to be in this movie, or all these crazy stories. You never hear that with these kinds of movies, and it's kind of unfortunate because like maybe we would get a better product out of it.
Since when you supposed to go to a billionaire and say, hey, I'll take a pay cut? Nigga, get out of here.
Right. I mean, yeah, that is true.
The people who, that's why you fucking get their ass, you take their money.
Right.
So you can go do the projects that other people can't get done.
Or maybe maybe this is just a decision from up on high where they should just increase the budget overall.
Exactly. That's exactly what should have happened. They shouldn't take a pay cut because they want to cheap out on a fucking good good television show.
Right. Yeah.
As we know, this was a great TV show. We really didn't have any bad writing. Really, there was no lines that I felt were throwaway lines or 2 bad actors or 2, maybe 3 bad acting performances. They will remain nameless for this podcast, but
or this. I'll actually get into that. No, I'll get into more of that later. Okay, as far as that.
I'm just saying, really
but no, you're right. The show, like overall, is still like really good. But yeah, like later we see Reva in her pursuit of Luke. What did you think of this whole thing?
It was kind of dumb. Everybody who's listening, they're going, Bill, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. Say it.
The whole Reva.
It was really fucking dumb. Like, why? Okay, he had never seen a Jedi before.
Right.
So he just forgot about the bitch who chased him.
I've heard some people say that like, oh, they made sure to see like that he doesn't see her with the lightsaber, but like that is
very ridiculous to say that he just didn't see the bitch that was like fighting his family.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's just to a point where it's like, why introduce the situation where I liked it in concepts where this woman decides that like, oh, the only way she knows how to get revenge on Darth Vader is to kill his son. It's like, and then she decides not to because she realized how much that she would be the person that she hates if she does that. I'm kind of cool with that on paper, like as a concept. And I think that's why it kind of emotionally hit for me at the end where
I would have preferred her. I would have preferred to not seen her again until some other, because they clearly plan on using her again. Why not just give us the illusion that she probably didn't die?
Right.
I would have preferred that cliffhanger feel and see her later on in fucking Boba Fett or Mandalorian at some point. Yeah, I would have preferred that. Because clearly that's what they're doing. That's what they're setting up.
It does feel like, she's going to come back later.
That's exactly what they're setting up, right? And she'll be in an Ahsoka episode or something like that.
I would have...
Because she tested well, obviously. That's clearly what happened. Let me talk to you in my Hollywood voice, Booby. Let me tell you, Booby. Hey, she did so well. She tested so well. They reshot scenes for the ending of this show.
She got a 9.6 in the demo.
Oh,
I don't even know what those
Give
words.
Her back.
I don't even know what those words mean. But
she got a 9.6. Hey, listen. That means she's a 10-pointer, baby. I'm gonna tell you. We gotta get her back in. We gotta reshoot these scenes. Ewan, he's in town right now. We can do it really cheap. How much money is left in the budget? $250,000. Done. I can get it done, baby.
Yeah, it does feel like she's gonna come back, and it feels like the only reason that they had this scene is just like to solidify her arc as she's definitely on the light side, or at least not on the dark side anymore.
Right.
I don't know why you would leave that lightsaber out in the sand. You know, a kid could just come up and stab themselves in the stomach.
What are you fucking Die Hard now?
Some kid can grab it.
You gonna just leave it?
Just gonna leave it in the park.
Some fucking kid can walk by and pick it up. Dude, that's funny that you just said that almost verbatim. Almost verbatim with a fucking lightsaber.
But I did enjoy her performance in that last scene because I don't think that this actor was like particularly bad. I feel like her character was badly written in a lot of moments, and I've seen her in other stuff.
I just feel like
good.
She did not perform. Maybe if she doesn't have to be like act like a bad person, then she won't have to be giving up terrible performance anymore. I just felt like she didn't know where to conjure that feeling up, that real feeling of being an evil person. I never felt like this person's evil.
Right. Yeah, and
like, ooh, this person's a badass. Ooh, no, I never felt that.
Same, and I think that even
forced.
Yeah, like because I think maybe that is why her redemption scene where she's like crying with Obi-Wan.
That was probably her best. That was her best scene.
That felt really great. Like that was a really great scene, and it felt really natural. So maybe that's why. And we've been shitting on the director this whole season. So and directors, it's their job to get good performance out of their actors. So maybe that's
I definitely would have been like, look, you need I mean, of course she's listening to this podcast, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What I'm gonna say is, look, this is my advice. What's her name? What's her name in real life?
The actress?
Yeah.
Moses Ingram.
Moses. Ingram.
Great name.
Listen, I think what I would have suggested is that you soften your stance, soften your face, be kind of more gentle almost. It would come off a little bit more scary with the same performance, delivering the same lines.
Right. Like more reserved.
Yeah, because like then it's showing me how badass that she really is. But then when she has to get angry, it's more, ooh, shit. This bitch got angry.
Right.
Her walking around angry the whole fucking time, with her face all snarling, like it's like when Kobe would snarl, like, come on, bro, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, he's killing him on the court and shit, but it's like, it's a little fabricated.
Yeah, it feels weightless. Yeah, you don't really believe it. Yeah, I agree that when she I think the menacing aspect of her character just kind of fell flat in a lot of areas,
but I don't think she's a bad actor. I just think she gave her delivery was not good. It's like,
yeah, sometimes good actors get bad performances.
Some comedians get booed on stage. Some comedians, and then go back the next day and fucking kill it.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you have a bad day.
Yeah. You ever seen Mark Wahlberg in The Lovely Bones? He's terrible. You ever seen Mark Wahlberg in Departed? He's hilarious. He's great in that. So, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about, Alex. I don't understand why you gotta be so negative. You always want to talk negative about everything that I do. Everything that I do, you always want to be negative.
So that was good. Thank you for your interjection, Mark.
Marky, sit back, Mark. There's only one mic. There's only two mics in here. Goddamn, sit down, nigga.
Sorry, I was trying to think of a Four Brothers joke, and I was like, I feel like there's a Four Brothers joke in there somewhere, but it didn't come to me. But yeah, after the fight with, during the fight with Obi-Wan, we get a kind of a mirror of the Rebels scene where Darth fights Ahsoka and he gets his face cut. Man, he needs to guard his head a little bit better.
Clearly, the guard of the head is not his particular strong suit.
Yeah, hand down, man down.
Hand down, man down.
And like you were saying about some of the writing, one of my favorite lines from earlier episode was, he's like, "Have you ever felt scared in the dark?" And you know that feeling when you turn the his description of the Force. was just one of my favorite lines, and like another one of my favorite lines in this scene when Darth Vader says, "You didn't kill Obi-Wan. I mean, you didn't kill Anakin. I did." Like, I thought that was just a really powerful moment and just kind of a closing.
Also, closes it links in A New Hope. Yeah, he says, "Darth Vader killed your father."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Actually, I didn't even think about that. So, that's okay, because that has been like sort of a qualm with some people, where he's like, "Oh, he said Darth Vader killed his father," and then some people are like, "Well, it implies that he means it metaphorically." Da 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 da. But yeah, like you said, this just kind of
people who have never read a fucking book before are very easy to fucking tell. When you can't tell me, when you don't know, when you can't tell that things are insinuated, like, nigga. Everything is not just written out for you you figure just like so you can know every little inch of what's going on. You got to interpret things. It's laid out for you.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying. You can always tell people who don't actually read books. They'll be like, "Well, why didn't this happen? Well, why didn't that happen?" Like, nigga, it did. They told you.
And then later, we get a little moment with Leia on Alderaan, where she meets back up with Kenobi, and then they're just like, Kenobi's like, "Yeah, if you ever need any help, just send me a hologram message."
No, wait, before we get to that, what did you think about the fight scene with Reva and Uncle Owen?
Yeah, I thought it was trash. I thought we talked about. Sorry.
No, we didn't talk about the fight scene. We just talked about Luke leaving.
Right. I thought it was dumb. Like it's one of those situations where we've talked about this before, but where like when someone can obviously kill you really easily, it's more interesting when someone.
She was injured though. She did have a piercing in her stomach. So
that's just like. Begs the question: how the fuck is she there? She's can we see her back to take or something before she gets here?
Clearly she got stabbed when she was a kid, so she's very good at being stabbed in the stomach.
Good stomach.
She got a good stomach. Her people have good stomachs.
Right. I mean, we just saw like her rip the metal door in half with that lightsaber. We gotta assume her spine looks like fucking molten lava.
Right. Hey, what do you want?
Like I mean, well, yeah.
I mean, no, it cauterizes. Remember, it cauterizes.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Lightsaber cauterizes. So
man, oh god, her back must look like a fucking mess.
Right? She got stabbed in the stomach, bro. It went through her body, fam. Like, come on, man. Oof. She shouldn't be walking around. You guys are fucking crazy, son.
Yeah, like
you guys are fucking crazy, son. Y'all trying to tell me that fucking Thundercat came and gave her a fucking. Nigga, that's way later in the future.
Yeah, Thundercat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I would have loved to have seen like another Thundercat cameo.
He's just like, yo, I hooked her up. Too.
But yeah, I thought that was trash. I hated that fight.
What did you think
Went
about?
on for too long, at least.
Facts. Okay, I'm just asking. Oh well, also I want to say shout out to old girl who plays the aunt. Because she finally got to get some lines off. She was in the Nexium cult.
The Nexium cult.
That Allison Mack was in.
Oh shit, was she?
Yeah, she was in that cult. And she's out, she got out and she helped bring it down. And shout out to her.
That's awesome.
Getting some actual lines instead of just having to stand next to this fat fuck.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Well, shout out to her. Yeah, I did. That was one interesting part of all that, where she was just like, Uncle Owen was like, "I don't know what we should do," and she's like, "Oh, I got the toolie right here. let's go." Like,
you know, I got the toolie. What you talking about, son?
I keep that shit right but near me.
Keep this here right here, dog. We gonna slide out. That was all very dumb. We look, we loved the show. But we gotta be objective. I'm saying you can't tell me when that's because this is gonna be my next question about the Obi Wan Kenobi and Anakin scene. You cannot tell me that you didn't love that scene.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of parts I loved. Yeah,
not scene because it clearly goes on throughout the whole episode, basically. But bro, that whole interaction was so dope. And I think what they could have done to make it better is not ever have cut from it.
Yeah.
Just play that whole scene out. And then lay out this rest of this boring ass shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
they
a
couldn't
good point.
though because they wanted to get that Reva's fight
Right.
scene in. And the only way to make that fight scene worth a damn is to sprinkle it in with a little bit of the Obi Wan.
Right. To do the cut back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Since the Reva scene, it would have been more interesting if it was just like shorter. Like if she had just cut through Owen and what's her name like real quick, then that scene probably isn't as bad. But it's just like, oh god, it's so unbelievable that it's taking so long to get through her. So
you know what I think?
If they were separated, it would have.
Yeah, it would have been better if none of that happened. I think it would have been better if none of that happened. It should have just been a longer episode. Not a longer episode, but a longer fight scene, just a straight up long ass fight scene with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Right.
All that conversation, good stuff.
Yeah.
Because it really just made no sense for Reva to be there. I think maybe she could have showed up.
Right.
And helped Obi-Wan or something. Or ended up,
Yeah.
like having that conflict and then helping Obi-Wan. Like,
yeah,
something like that if they wanted to keep her in there. But just the rewrite, I'm really interested in what the first ending was.
Right,
because
yeah.
they
Because I'm sure that they
reshot a whole bunch of things to have her be at the end.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't making that up. I wasn't making it up, buddy.
I
I'm trying to tell you.
I assumed that, like, with the story, especially with a story like this, I'm sure that they wrote about, especially in the blue sky, just like conceptualizing this, they wrote every goddamn thing. Like,
no, I'm talking about shot,
but
not the rights.
No, I didn't know that you were talking about specifically.
No, it wasn't. Hey, baby, I told you she tested well. We had to get her back, and we had to do all of that again.
Yeah, I'll go.
Gotta get her back. We gotta get her back. And we gotta shoot everything again. That somebody had that conversation. Like somebody was like, because that's what they did. So I'd be really interested to see how they actually ended it at first.
Right. And
because it would have, I think it ended when she just died. She got stabbed and she died.
Right.
And then they probably had a really long fight scene, like I was explaining.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because it does feel like the trajectory of what we're supposed to be finding important for the show is like shifted a couple of times. So that would make sense that it's like, because it does seem like we're kind of pivoted to feel like this is more important now.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're at Luke. Yeah,
it's like, now Luke's a part of the story. Okay,
even though he wasn't at all.
Very, very, very end. But this is what we're doing. Speaking of Luke, at the end, after Kenobi is making his rounds with the Skywalker children, he says peace out to Leia, and then he goes over to Uncle Owen, but just to be like, hey man, I know that y'all just had a really traumatic situation where somebody tried to kill your son, so I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not going to protect him anymore. So
just so you know,
I'll see you later. And then I was like, no. It feels like mind games. I don't know. Like he's trying to be like, no, you know what? This is a really terrible thing just happened. You're right.
No, I don't think he was saying he wasn't going to watch over him. I think he was saying he's not going to try to train him.
No, I know. I'm just being a dick. Yeah. Yeah, I did like this. I
think they left it open for there to be some adventures of Obi-Wan.
For sure, yeah. Do you think?
And he was wearing like the same kind of outfit that he's wearing in the comic book.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's the mirror of that outfit.
Old gunslinging Obi-Wan. I like that. I like the idea.
Yeah, this clean fit he got. Yeah, he went to the tailor, said, "Make me some new shit.
Make me some new."
I'm turning a new leaf. And we finally get. We get. Well, actually, before we get that, we get what I've been waiting for this whole series. Hello there.
Hello there.
We get a little hello, and it also didn't feel forced. Like anybody who wasn't waiting for that, I'm sure that they're not gonna be like, "Why did he say that?" It just felt like
he said hello to Luke.
Yeah.
And for people who said, "Oh, hey, he's not supposed to have met Luke," he did meet he had definitely, they established in A New Hope that they had met before.
Yeah, they had known.
He just didn't know him like, but they had met. He's like, oh, Ben.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Owen even had the same energy. He's like, I don't like you hanging out with that fucking old dude.
Yeah, exactly. I told you I don't like you hanging out with that motherfucking rapist. I told you he plays with little boys' buttholes. What's wrong with you? Quit sitting on his lap.
I told you he's done terrible things.
I don't know why you keep playing over there. Like, God damn it. Can't keep this motherfucker out of there. God damn.
Yeah, I thought that felt natural. Like, that was just a natural bridge to what their relationship ends up being.
So I'm just here to clarify for you guys that you were wrong. That was just fine for them to do that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. There's other, if you want to poke holes, there's other holes to poke.
Ooh, a lot of holes now. We had some holes. We covered all of them, I think.
Yeah, I think we covered all the holes. If you think of anything
find
else,
any more holes,
leave them in the comments.
Put them in your comments.
And we got, of course, get our last little scene, which might be a teaser for the next season. If we get a second season of Obi-Wan, we get Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force ghost. Also been teased all season. What did you think of that? Well, we got our cameo of Liam Neeson.
Well, I just want to say, black people bring you back. You know what I'm saying? Liam Neeson, officially uncanceled by Donald Glover.
Right?
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The trades?
I don't know.
What, like not the dailies, but there's the trades, like where you find out. Like, it's like The Wire, where everybody be finding out what's getting greenlit and who's getting
that's what it's called. Yeah.
Trades. Anyway, when they found out, when everybody found out, Liam Neeson just got signed up for fucking to be on Atlanta.
Yeah,
I bet you everybody was like calling his ass up. Hey, can I get you in this? Damn, nigga, you ain't canceled no more. Hell yeah, I'm not really canceled. I didn't think I was canceled. You thought I was canceled? I mean, no, I didn't think you were canceled.
Sorry.
That's why we've been waiting for you to do this show.
Yeah, it's like, the blacks are working with him again. That's called. Yeah,
the blacks have given him an okay.
Yeah, it was interesting to see him back. It's funny. It's very true what Seth Rogen said, though. All the technology advancements that we've made and prosthetics and stuff, fake beard still looks fake as fuck. And that beard looked really bad. That beard looked terrible.
Well, he's not getting rid of it, okay? He's just going to have to look bad, goddamn. Yeah. Or Liam Neeson's bitch ass can learn how to fucking grow a beard, baby face bastard. All you got to do is grow a little bit of one so they can not make your shit look so goddamn weird.
I think that he grew one probably for the prequels, but like for this, like maybe it was just like a time thing. It's like, we need you this weekend. And they just like pasted some bullshit on his face.
It was like, it ain't gonna matter. You're gonna be kind of blue ananyway.
Yeah, we'll shoot you from real far away.
Right, what did you think about the reaction with interaction with the Emperor?
Emperor comes back,
and he reprises his role, or reparations
his role.
He reparations his role and has a conversation with old Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was a nice character moment too, because it was like, because Darth was like, I'm mad as hell, and Emperor was like, hey, what's wrong, baby? You focusing on the wrong thing.
Hold on, daddy. I think he said, hold on, daddy. I think you're focused on the wrong thing. You see, I'm feeling like you loving
Dusty Rose.
I feel like you feeling a little bit emotional about what's going on with you and old Ben Kenobi. See, I think you may have a little bit of, affinities for him still. Maybe you're feeling conflicts amongst your soul. And then he was like, nah, fuck that nigga. I don't even
fuck with him.
I don't even really fuck with that nigga like that. I don't even really, fuck that nigga, wherever he at. If I see him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's on site.
Who? Obi-Wan. I forgot. Oh, you know what? That name sounds familiar.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really even fucking with this nigga like that, though. If he tell me, I ain't worried about it. What you got next? What you got me? What you want me to do next, boss? What you want me to do, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to please you, my dog.
Down for the cause.
I'm down with you. That's it.
How did you? I thought his reprisal was fine. He's always great. It's weird that the makeup seems to get worse and worse over the years. I feel like the makeup looked the best in Empire Strikes Back.
I feel like he gets older and they still can't like get it right.
Yeah,
he's actually old now, guys.
He's
all you gotta
actually
do
old
is
now.
just let him be in the damn thing.
Yeah, I don't. It's wild how it gets worse every time.
It feels like you've got feelings for Obi Wan Kenobi. But he did hit him with the like. Why are you so angry? Oh, nigga, what? Why you so mad, though?
Right.
I thought you said you ain't love her no more.
Yeah, you kind of like...
Thought you said you ain't had no feelings for her no more. That's your ex. Let him be your ex.
Right, I don't. What you talking about?
What you talking about? Yeah, I mean, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that was... I did like that scene character-wise. Yeah.
Also gives you the like vibe where he's like, all right, that's why he never went and found him again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why he never kept the search going.
Right. Yeah. He's like,
but also in the comics, he like kills all the Inquisitors. So,
ooh, yeah. Okay.
So I think he probably took that anger out.
Right. Yeah.
Put it in a different direction.
Else, yeah. Yeah. That's probably exactly what happened with that. Maybe we'll get a season 2. Maybe we'll get another series with just Vader.
I'm going to make a prediction.
What'd you think?
Leia is going to become the princess, and she's going to come into some codes.
Yeah.
That will help destroy...
I think you did this bit last podcast.
I did. I'm just telling you. I feel it. I feel like it's really could happen. It could destroy a super weapon that may be created in the future.
Yeah, I feel like that's well. Where would you rank this among all the other Star Wars shows of like that's come out?
My thing is, I don't know what I would. Well, there's only 3, nigga.
Yeah, it's only do you feel like
it's not fair? It's 3.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's easier. Like, do you like it more than Mandalorian,
you know what?
more than Boba Fett?
Man, I liked it more than Boba Fett. Only for one reason.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor is motherfucking amazing. Like, he cleaned up a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor
and the fight scene, they
lifting.
paid off. They really did. Everything that Darth Vader did, they paid it off.
Yeah.
It's like they probably had like a Darth Vader consultant on the set. Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that either. Because they did him right. Everything that they did wrong, all the things they did wrong, they could have fucked up him really. They could have fucked that up big time.
Yeah, I did.
I got a question for you.
I also no, just before you ask that, I just want to say I also think it's better than Boba Fett, especially since I don't consider the Mandalorian episodes part of Boba Fett. Like, if we're just talking about Boba Fett. Definitely way better than Boba Fett, in my opinion. But I've got to see it like The Last Jedi.
Even with the Mandalorian episodes included, I don't think that this is... I think this is better. I think Obi-Wan is better than Boba Fett. Just the storyline. We could have gotten rid of... We could have had way less Leia. We've already talked about that. But because I think it would have been... It was good to introduce her. Because you could have like a Leia television series.
Right.
You get your... teenage, young or 20s or like, no, not 20s, but you could get like a teenager,
right,
and run a whole show.
Yeah, we've already talked about how it could be interesting showing the politics and like non-politics or just like craziness of just like
now that is going to be something that would be dangerous. I mean, like risky. Could they do a fucking like show where it's kind of like more
like a
dramatic and more political version of a show, but with Star Wars,
right?
Driven from the edges of like espionage and like,
right. It would just have to be incredible if they did it. Like it would have to be. It could not.
Be great.
It could not be.
There. It's just like Rogue One.
I mean, yes.
The story. I'm saying the story's there. You just gotta fill in the gaps correctly. Like you said, it'd have to be amazing if they did it, but it should be.
Yeah. With this show, I feel like it suffered from. We've talked about it a bunch, but I feel like the pacing makes like everything.
The pacing got better though.
Yeah, the pacing did get better. Like that's the thing. Is really, like it would be bad at sometimes and good at other times. This is 6
episodes.
Yeah, 6 episodes.
And it was 3 episodes that weren't really good. We said at the beginning before we even saw all of them, we know this could have been done in 3 episodes.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like this could have been like a 3-hour super epic movie. Like if you throw $150 million at this, and like you can't tell me that
nobody wants to make a 3-hour movie.
Well, I mean, like I get that no one wants to.
Also, it was supposed to be a movie first. Remember, there was going to be a movie.
Yeah,
and then they reset button after what you call it failed.
Right. After Solo failed.
Yeah.
But I just feel like no one. I know that no one quote unquote wants to make a 3-hour movie, but it's like the Lord of the Rings movies cleaned up. The last Star Wars movie I think was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Look, like I feel like
if you think they could make if you think
let's just say like Avengers Endgame also was like 3 hours long. If you come out with a 3-hour Star Wars movie and say it's Obi-Wan and it's $150 million and they make it like look way better, people are going to go see that. It's going to make $1 billion.
No, it's not going to make $1 billion. Let me tell you why. Because if you make a 3-hour movie about Obi-Wan, nobody's going to go see that really because it's already a movie that we already know what's going to happen. It had to be a TV show. They did good to make a reset button because nobody would have gone to really see this like you think they would. A lot of people don't like Hayden Christensen. As soon as they said that he was going to be in it, it was going to drive the thing down.
I feel like
you got to remember a lot about opening box office is a big part of everything. And so people find out later by word of mouth that he didn't do a bad job in the movie, then that doesn't help the first release. You got to depend on people to go back to the movie theater and see it again. I'm just saying these are the conversations that they have, and then you got to remember. So like I said, they did well to make it a television show. What they should have done, what they could, I'm guaranteeing you, the reason that this was 6 episodes is because somebody said we should do it in 3, and they were like, no, we got to have at least 6.
Yeah, which is so ridiculous.
Because this should have just been 3 episodes.
If you're going to make the budget that small, why stretch it out to 6 episodes?
It should have just been 3 episodes. We could have did Obi-Wan. I mean, she gets kidnapped. Obi-Wan's called to his hero's journey. Now he fucking finds her. It's like the little the messenger. She's like, I mean, well, not the messenger. What is she? She's like anyway. He finds her and he finds out what he's really supposed to be doing, which is fucking fighting Anakin, right? And then he fights Anakin, tricks Anakin's Padawan essentially into turning him on him. He fights Anakin again and he wins. And then that's the end. That's 3 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's 3 episodes. We didn't need to do all of that. And we still get to see Qui-Gon. It's okay. But to your point, it's all about this money. They're trying to get this money.
Yeah,
they only had, like you said, they only had a $90 million budget. Why stretch out a budget that small into 6 episodes when you didn't have to?
I just feel like, yes, the pacing and the budget.
I'm gonna tell you
really, and the directing just like really, really hurt this series. But
you really have to have you would have to have a really, really seasoned, passionate director to have gotten this done with $90 million budget. Any better,
right?
For it to be any better, you'd have to. Actually, that even makes me even more mad because, I'm not even a director. That scene where they running through the forest trying to chase Leia, all of that should have been way tighter shots,
right?
Everything should have been tighter, and that would have saved them a lot of money in that too, because they wouldn't have needed.
Yeah, there's a way to. That's what I'm saying. Shows like Foundation and even Everything Everywhere All at Once, they use the budget really, really well. It just looks better because they know how to stretch a dollar better and they know how to shoot shit better. I feel like they just didn't get the best people for this, which is fucking disappointing. But you know what? It's not my least favorite thing. Rise of Skywalker is still the worst Star Wars thing ever made.
Bam!
So there's that. There's always that, guys.
Because you can't make a movie and then make another movie to replace that movie.
Yeah, it says, nah,
and then make another movie, and everybody's like, fuck all the movies before this movie, all of them. Because now none of them make any sense. Yay!
Are you happy now? Do you love me now? Yeah, that's. Oh,
Do
man.
you love me now? We gave you everything you wanted.
Please put in the comments if you guys want to hear a Rise of Skywalker pod.
I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna do one anyway. We're gonna do one anyway. I mean, I just need
an excuse to put it in a specific time of the schedule.
I'm not gonna, because I'm not gonna do it if y'all don't do it.
Yeah. Just give us a time. We'll throw it in the sketch. But thanks so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We try to do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little younglings, and may the Force be with you.